Hey,
Hi, Sarah.
how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm also wonderful. Yeah.
Uh, Homeschool stuff starts next month
Okay. Oh, so this is like our last live meeting together for a while.
for a little while. Yeah,
Okay. How are you feeling about it? Are you excited about it? Are you kind of like still feeling like I'm not a teacher?
I've done stuff with Girl Scouts for 8 years, 7, 8 years. So the little ones are really fun. So it should be fun. Hopefully, we can do most stuff outside because I don't do well with a lot of noise. So the
Yeah,
more outside we can be,
that would be key for sure.
yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I remember last time I didn't have the setting on for like just using my computer audio. Original sound on. I don't even know what that means. So yeah, I was playing around with that. So this is still summertime for you, right?
Older two kids are at school, so the homeschool program starts later.
Okay.
They
When
don't
does the
offer
older
a
kids go
half
back?
day for kindergarten, and I think he's like right on the verge of like 4 or 5 for the cutoff. So I'm going to homeschool kindergarten him and see if he's ready to go to an all day program next year into first grade, or if kindergarten, or if he wants to stay home another year.
Man, does he have any preference, do you think?
He likes brother and sister being at school so he can play with what he wants. He can have time alone with me. And like right now, while I'm doing stuff in the afternoons, he can watch whatever he wants on TV.
I mean, that sounds great. If I'm that aged, heck yeah, that sounds amazing. I get it. Oh, Stephanie's here. This is great because she hasn't been able to make it in a while. Yay!
Awesome.
Stephanie, it's so good to see your face.
I'm here.
Yay, you're here.
I couldn't figure out how to join from my laptop, so I'm on my phone. So I'm trying to figure
Oh,
that out.
all good. I feel like that it's been like such a busy summer for everyone. I know summer is just generally busy, but like I've missed seeing everyone and I'm excited to get back on into like some type of routine. Like my sister's a teacher, college and elementary, and she's so good about checking in. She's the oldest in our massive family, so of course she's like a teacher and on top of it and organized, and I'm not. But like she's like, "Yeah, now that I'm back in school, I feel like I will talk more because you'd think I'd be busier, but like having that routine back, she's like, "I know I can call when I'm driving to school. Like that's my time." It's like,
Yeah, like designated buckets of like that's
uh-huh.
all people.
Yeah, versus just this free for all schedule during the summer. It's hard to know when someone's going to be able to meet up or not. Like with these workshops, it's just hard. So,
It's I've done nothing. My kids are still sitting in their underwear.
yeah.
Threw some Cheetos at them, and I'm eating
Yeah.
some. Oh, I wish today. I
Huh.
don't know.
Like
After,
they're
after
alive. They're somewhat bathed. I mean, doing all right. I've been so lucky because my daughter's, it's like she's at an all outdoor preschool year round, and it's been like Seattle summers are gorgeous. Like people don't understand that, like, yes, it's drizzly a lot, like a lot of, at least like half the year, but like the summers are gorgeous. It's actually going to be like 90 today. It was 88 yesterday. They have a pool at this preschool. It's like someone's house. Like the property is at this woman's house that she also and it's huge. So like kids get to go swimming. Like she just jumps in the pool with them. They have a floaty for everyone. Like I've been really lucky. She's still had her somewhat of a structure, but like, oh my God, I've needed it because it's also market season for me. So it's been like, thank God I have her preschool still. Otherwise it's just nutty. It's so nutty. I don't know what I did like at the beginning of the pandemic and even like a year and a half into it, I was home with her 100% of the time without any structure. And I don't know how a lot of us did that, frankly. It's insane. It's
It's just
insane.
now, like
Yeah.
I have very few reserves left.
Yeah.
And as I was crying walking up and down the driveway the other night to get my steps in.
Are you still on your streak? Do you still have that going?
Yep, it'll be 1,000 days next Friday.
Oh my God.
How many steps a day?
My goal is to close my Apple Watch rings every day, so it's
Okay.
not steps any so much, but just to make sure I'm getting some kind of fitness that I enjoy every day. And like I've adjusted the calorie goal down because like there's some days I'm just not as active. I can't like if it's a heads down work day and those are few and far between, then I don't want to have to stress out. So the focus is that I take care of myself, usually with an outdoor walk. And I have done that every day for 992 days.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm hanging on to my sanity.
Man, I had a streak of like 2 weeks where I was working out and then that stopped leading up to my market and my trade show. I'm like, I feel it. It's been so long since I've done that. And so it's been so long since I felt the result, like the effects of that. You know what I mean? Like I just was feeling like shit all before that without really knowing it. And now I'm back in that and I feel like I smell different. Like I just feel like everything's like the toxins are there again, you know. So I need to just get back to it. But anyway,
When it's setting a
um,
goal that you can do consistently, like I
yeah,
had a pride. I'm like, no, just go move your body. You don't have to sweat. You don't like it's
hmm,
just 30 minutes for me. Well, it's not even always 30 minutes. It's just it has to be 15. For it to count, I have to do a 15-minute walk.
that's fair. That's good, and that's
But
such
to
a good
close
reminder. Yeah, your newsletters are great at reminding that of us of that too. Because I okay, we'll get started in just a second, I swear. But I think I told you guys I played like Division 1 college volleyball. Like it was super intense for a very long time, and I've always had someone telling me what our workout is for that day, and like it's like an hour and a half long or 3 hours, like whatever it is. So now, even though I've been out of that world for a long time, I don't know how to only do a little bit. Like I don't even know what that really like to me it's never enough to do, even though I know it is in my head, to do like a 10 or 15-minute thing. I'm like, well, that doesn't count. But it does, and it should, because otherwise I don't do anything. So now I'm in this like fun transition state, even like what, 10 years later, however long it's been, where I'm like, oh, I can do stretches for 10 minutes. I can, oh, I do, this does help me feel better. So it's very new to me, like that whole idea. It's really weird. But so I admire what you do because that is awesome and so important. And I bet has made, I mean, can you imagine not having done that for the
no,
last 900 plus days? Like, that's crazy.
no.
Yeah. Okay. I think it looks like we're gonna have a small group today, but I know like Marianne is usually in here. I feel like there's a couple other people that are gonna be late. Deb. Um, Does this change anything, by the way? I'm flipping off this setting. It says original sound off now, and then I just turned it back on. Does that do anything?
No.
Okay, I have no idea what that is. Uh, okay. So anyway, since it's the three of us, it looks like so far, I just want to start out. Let's just check in. Let's just share like the best thing about our summer. Let's just share a highlight with each other. Stephanie, since you're already unmuted, go for
Um,
it.
well, best thing this summer is that I quit my job.
Yay!
So the follow-up to that is that has not gone as I thought.
Uh-oh.
Childcare changes.
Yeah.
Another change. So we're down to no childcare, which is like, oh, good. I'm not working.
Oh, but you're working.
but I'm working, like, because I'm trying to grow my businesses. So it's like, so yay, I'm really proud of myself for the huge step of doing that. And it has changed the trajectory of our lives. But I'm just having a hard time still of like understanding that like it's not just done, like
Mm-hmm.
still
Oh
like
yeah.
shifting that has to happen.
You're still falling. Like you've leapt off the platform, but you're still falling. Like you're in that uncomfortable space of like landing on your feet and having a path forward. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, immediate success, but just like, yeah, like the jumping through the air, like, where's the
Yeah.
ground?
Yes. Yes. Yep, you're in it. But congrats. That's so huge. Most people are too afraid to ever do something like that. So congrats. That's huge.
That's my
Yeah.
big summer.
Yeah. Okay, Audra, what's been a huge highlight for you this summer?
We went to the beach in Florida.
That's right.
That was amazing.
Yay.
What part?
Cocoa Beach. We were right next to where Elon Musk launched the SpaceX for the
Yeah.
satellite systems. We got to see that from the balcony of the condo we stayed at.
That's
And we
amazing.
had no idea until like the morning of that was going to happen. And the person who owned the condo messaged us and was like, hey, by the way, go out to the balcony at this time and you should be able to see the launch.
That's
It was
incredible.
amazing. We saw turtles laying eggs on the beach, and a fisherman caught a shark on the beach.
What?
Lots of wildlife. There was a bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, it was
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Amazing.
My family, we used to have these huge like family reunions in Cocoa Beach, and we used to go to that Ron John surf shop. That was like the big, experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, because half like my dad's side of the family, my grandparents lived in Florida, and so we used to drive across the country because airplane tickets for 10 of us were too expensive. So we'd pile in a van, drive to Florida, spend a couple weeks there on like Cocoa Beach. And it was just, I love Cocoa Beach. Like it's just such fond memories there. But anyway, that's so cool that you got to see the turtles and SpaceX. I mean, what a massively historical thing that you got to see in person. That's rad.
It's amazing.
Well, I didn't get to see SpaceX launch, but I did host my first backyard bingo party on Sunday, and it was so fun. It was the best time. Like, just I feel like it's been like 3 years in the making to have friends over in close proximity. Like all my favorite people came over, and it happened to be my birthday, but I wasn't like telling any. It was just like, no, let's gather to play bingo. Like I went all in. Everyone got a visor. We all had the dauber. Like it was a whole thing. It was so fun. Um, so yeah, the people in my life have just been the biggest highlight this summer, and like meeting people at markets. And so yeah, I that it's honestly it got me thinking about our friendships, and of course like fond memories of summer. Maybe we had a summer pen pal. I don't know. But I kind of wanted to play on that theme for today. And I know you guys are so good about posting and tagging, but the little like the non-giveaway for today, it's not even a giveaway. I'm just gonna give it to you. If you just share a pic, tag me, I'm gonna send you a teacher thank you card. I'll send you guys two. I know you've got multiples, and I'll send you guys two of the teacher thank you cards just for sharing today. Yeah. Um, so let's get going. I mean, yeah, we can gab all day, I feel like, but you guys also showed up to write some cards, as did I. So I was thinking to connect with ourselves, we always do that. If you feel the need to do this, I would like to do this myself. Let's just jot down a quick and dirty list of people that we're grateful for, just friendships that we're grateful for. I mentioned this in our last workshop. I printed off a fresh copy of our monthly check-in tracker, which I feel like is like a super underrated tool in our community to just do exactly to list people that we've been thinking about and what you might want to check in with them about. And then you can just check it off if you actually do check in with them. It can be a postcard, it can be a card, it can be a text, a DM. But let's just start with that list and list off friendships that we're grateful for. Take a few minutes. And it doesn't have to strictly be friends. Let's just take a moment or a few to appreciate the people in our lives. It can be the teachers at your kid's school. It can be fellow parents that you see, maybe even in passing at pickup or drop off. But let's just kind of get a gauge on just the people that we're grateful for in our life. And then when you're feeling full and content and appreciative and you feel good about your list, go ahead and grab. We've done this before, but I would love it if you use the card that has been in your stash the longest, like that like what the F card that you don't know what to use it for. Let's just use it, get it out of our brains, get it out of our stash. And we're gonna write a rapid fire love fest to someone on our list. So I'll give you a second to do that because I'm gonna do the same thing. I've actually done a good job at using all my ugly cards and all the WTF cards in my stash, thanks to this community and all of you guys. Um, so all of mine are cute, but I was gonna say, uh, I love a random card. I think we all do. I would love it if someone sent me something that like almost made me think like, what the hell is this? And then like to flip it over and be like to read something like, I have no idea what this is, but do you remember that time when we blank, fill in the blank? I just thought I'd use this card to share that with you. Like just you can tie it in that way, but like I actually love the completely unrelated random ass cards. Um, and I'm actually gonna do my rapid fire love fest to a friend that I remember she showed up to my bridal shower. She's like my best college friend. Like she's like the friend that I feel completely myself around that I always have. And we're just weirdos. Like our husbands look at us now when we're together and they're like, what is wrong with you? Because we just go off on these like just these fun anyway. So to my bridal shower, bridal shower cards are all sweet and frilly and like pastel-y and I open up hers and it's a birthday card with like two old nudists riding a tandem bike. I don't even remember what it said, but it like threw me off so much, of course. And then I had to like explain it, but it was just it's like my favorite card for my shower. And so like you never know. You can never like you can't overestimate, you really can't, just the power of a random ass card. So go for it, use that card, tie it in however you want, but let's
I
do
don't
it.
know where this came from, but it was when we lived in Phoenix. So we just moved there from a year ago.
Uh-huh.
And it's hand sewn, and this is fabric cactus, and it's sewn on a sewing machine. Someone is learning zigzag stitch. And on the back, it says that this card was made, handmade in Phoenix by HUMA, that part's handwritten, a refugee from Afghanistan. So there's a program where they took refugees from Afghanistan and taught them sewing skills,
Oh my gosh.
skills that they could use in business or in doing something else. So I'm sending this to my friend who would invite me over for sewing in the Phoenix area.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Just that
sweet.
I'm thinking of her.
That is so, well, now I kind of feel like an asshole for sharing my stories because that's like
I
so
love your
sweet.
story. That would be so amazing. No one sent me anything absurd to tell you about, though. Tell you.
That is so, what a fitting card though, that you like happen to have that. And oh my gosh, that is so perfect. You're
I
gonna
think
have
it's
to,
been in the bottom of a box for years, but since we moved and everything at the bottom of the boxes has gotten flipped over, that's
yeah.
back up again.
You'll have to share her reaction to getting that card if she sends you anything back. I would be so curious. That's so cool. Because I feel like, I mean, of course she's gonna love it, but for some reason, I think we need the reminder that people do love a card like that. That we think, oh, I can't, what am I gonna send that for? You know? Oh, that's awesome. Um, okay, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes just to do a quick rapid fire love fest. I'm gonna do a postcard to that friend, the college friend, and just tell her that I'm really glad that we met in college. I'll share mine really quick. Her nickname, by the way, is Magoo because we played. I used to host these midnight soccer games. This is obviously before kids, and uh, it was always boys versus girls. And we'd drive, it was like within walking distance from my parents' house where I was living at the time. And so we would like have pre-game hydration at my house, at my parents' house, and then we'd walk around the corner and play soccer around midnight, boys versus girls. And so obviously we're not in top form at that point. pre-partying at my parents' house before them. But we walk over, we start playing, and Crystal, who's never played soccer before, she she had a breakaway and she collided with this one of those big metal lights, you know, that just go over a baseball field or a soccer. She went right into it, and you could hear like you could hear it ding and the thing like vibrating, and she fell back down, and we're like really concerned about her. We're like, Crystal, are you okay? And all of us are dressed up, we're like bedazzled, and you know, it's just this like ridiculous outfit. Anyway, and our friend Blair comes over because she was in nursing school, and she's like, Crystal, like making sure she doesn't have a concussion, which I think she totally did, but like asking her, you know, Crystal, look at me, what's your middle name? And she's like, Magoo, let's freaking play. She just said, and we're like laughing, but also like trying to figure out if she's okay. But anyway, so we've called her Magoo ever since. uh, so that's that friend. So I put, hey, this is so random, but I was just thinking you absolutely made my college years the best they could have been, and feel like you brought out the real me ever since. So thank you. I love you. That's it. I've never told her that. And I just feel like I should have by now. So anyway, I'm just gabbing with you guys. It's kind of fun having a small group, but what did either of you want to share what you wrote?
I had my kiddo join for a minute, but I did get mine out. Mine is a card that I picked up. I really like the fresh ink cards from Hallmark, like about 2 years ago. So I still have a stash. And this says, you're such a good friend that if I had a new biker boyfriend, you wouldn't roll your eyes every time I said something about my new biker boyfriend. And you might even say something nice about my new leather vest. Like, just like that kind of friend that's like, and then I wouldn't even say I told you so later. So just that I appreciate our friendship, and she's starting a new career trajectory for herself by going to nursing school. So just saying I'm really proud of her, and no, I told you so necessary.
Well done. That was great. I love that you just picked up on the theme of on that card and went with it. That's great. You know, you write a lot of cards when you can do something like that.
Yeah. Underwear kid.
Yeah. Hi. Not to totally put you on the spot. Aw. Audra, do you feel like sharing, or should we keep going?
Oh, mine was just like this card made me think of you and all the times that you invited me over to sew. Something about that was the best time. Love you so much.
Aw, that's really sweet. That is such a sweet card. Now she's going to keep it forever, but for a totally different reason.
What's funny is I might have got it with her. I don't remember where I got it from. I know I didn't get it from her, but I might have gotten it when I was with, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. God, now
Full
I have
circle.
questions about that card, this friend, the whole thing. That's awesome. Okay, let me go back to my little outline here. Yeah, I'm glad that we did that. I just feel like I was gonna share. I always try to end our workshops with a positive quote or just a positive thought, but I'll just say it now. I was, you know, we're all like entrepreneurial spirits here. We all have something creative going, and I think we hear all the time about how like expensive it is to get a new customer. Like we hear about like how it's so much more efficient, or you know, whatever terms you want to use to describe it, but how it's really about nurturing your existing customers, right? Like we've heard that kind of thing a lot. And I just had this moment where I thought that is so true for friendships too. Like I just had this crossover moment of like, it's so hard to make friends. Like at any age, it's so hard to make new friends, especially I think as adults. And how much easier and more efficient, or whatever, you know, fill in the blank, is it to nurture what we already have? And I hadn't really thought of it that way. I've heard so many podcasts and conversations and stats around like, you know, acquiring new clients versus like following up on the clients that you have. And I just thought that is so true to me anyway. It's so true with friendships. So I just want us to have that takeaway today from this our workshop is that let's not forget about who and what we already have, and let's be sure that we keep nurturing and keep fostering those friendships and keep having those touch points with them to help them grow and to maintain them versus being focused on, I don't know, I mean, not that it's bad, but but to be focused instead on, oh, who's that parent in this new class, what are they about, like, that's fine, but I think it's just, let's not overlook what we already have. So I just kind of wanted to share that. Okay, and on that note, let's do our main prompt for today. I was thinking, I personally have to write a card to my husband. He's been so great for the bingo party. That is not his type of thing, but he was so great about doing all the errands for me, doing all the food and drink runs, and just going with it anyway. And I really want to write a card to him, but I thought let's do cards to our closest, oldest friends, or one of them. And I don't know, I was thinking like could be like a summer sign off. You can use it to reflect on, maybe if you had time with them this summer, reflect on that time with them, what you loved and appreciated about them. You can even act like it's their birthday. It's so much easier for us to write cards to someone on their birthday, but it's like I didn't even tell my friends it was my birthday, but they're so good. They knew. And I've got these cards now that I read again this morning. I'm like, that feels so good. Like, I'm kind of glad that they knew. It's awkward, but I also, it just, you feel so loved and you feel so lucky to have those people in our life. So anyway, so if you need to pretend it's their birthday, go for it. You can even joke about sending them a very early birthday card.
Well, Sarah, one idea is like if you met them through school, like you probably met them so many years ago now. So it's like
Yeah.
if you had an anniversary card, maybe.
Oh, I love that idea. I really love that idea. Yeah.
Now I have to do the math. I'm like, how long is grade?
Okay. I think I shared this in our back at like our 5-day challenge, that there's just Google days since calculator and it will tell you.
Because
So
why do math if I can just go?
exactly. There's a calculator for everything. Days since calculator. You could do it for their birthday if you have a bunch of birthday cards. You could do it for the anniversary. Like, yeah, today, just pretend this is your back to school day. However, you do have to do the math on that, right? How many years ago? What year you started?
Yeah, that's the harder part.
I know.
What year?
Um, you can also use a congrats card for this. Like I was gonna take it out, but I know you both have seen it. My "You Are Doing It" card. I feel like all of us parents have some sort of milestone this year that, like, if it's a new grade level, or if we have a friend that's, their kid's going off to college or maybe starting middle school or starting high school, that could be a really good card to write right now. Because I do know a handful of parents that are, of girls that I coach that are going to college like this week. And I was thinking I should send a little something to them, if not even a text message, just saying like, yeah, you're doing a hard thing. Hope you're hanging in there. So yeah, a congrats card for that. Yeah, like you've made it this far. Okay, I'll put some, if I can figure out how to get some music going so it doesn't sound so choppy, I'm going to do that. This is the card I'm going to write to my husband because we're big Office fans. Stanley, you make me happier than pretzel day.
I love it.
Isn't this
Oh my
so
God.
good?
Kids need that.
Huh?
My kids need that. They love Bavarian pretzels.
Do you know this character, Stanley?
Oh yeah.
Ah, he might be my favorite. I mean, they're all favorites for different reasons, but what what doesn't epitomize happiness more than like Stanley on pretzel day? So I've been saving it. It's time. Okay, I'm gonna put some fun like instrumental music on. Oh, this is another card I was gonna write to a friend of mine. She's going through a divorce, and I got this from a fellow maker at my last market. Says, girl, you've been through some shit. And it's stepped in.
That's a great card too.
Yeah, I love this. Oh, and inside it says, you still got that sparkle though. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, and there's a sticker. That's great. I didn't even know this. There's a glittery sticker of the shoe inside.
Oh, that's
That
fun.
is amazing. As like a reminder of what could be, maybe. Like there's another side, like you're going through it, but there is something sparkly and fun on the other side.
I like it.
That's a great card. Okay, let's go till let's see. 10:37. We'll go till like 55. Yes, I found it. I'm sharing my computer audio and I'm going to play a couple instrumental songs. Can you guys hear me? Did you hear anything what I just said? Okay, cool. If it's choppy, just give me a thumbs down and I'll turn it off. Okay, Stephanie, Audra had to hop off. How are you doing? Yeah.
Good. I was up against my laptop, so I keep thinking I have to touch the laptop.
Gotcha. That would mess with me too. Oh man. Who did you write to?
I wrote a card to my high school best friend, and it was a birthday card that I crossed out and said like another birthday, and I wrote another girls trip because we're trying to plan our summer. Well, it'll be fall girls trip. We keep like missing each other, like but the girls trip something like we've started. It's like, okay, we're gonna keep that.
Yeah. Like it's going to happen. We just don't know when exactly.
Yes. So, but yeah, 31 years we've known each other.
Oh my God.
I had to triple check the math. I'm like, wait, yeah.
Wait, how old were you when you met?
7th grade.
Wow.
So
I have to do the math on my oldest bestest friend. She and I met right before 5th grade. So
oh
like
wow.
5th grade. Yeah, I was like in her wedding. Like, I mean, this is like she's like the honorary ninth child in my family.
Yeah.
And she's the only one with that title. And we've had a lot of people live with us. She included. She lived with us my senior year of high school. It was so much fun. And for like a year after that. But yeah, I mean, that's got to be over 30 years, right? Because how old are you going into 5th grade? I think you're
11,
like,
10
yes.
going 11.
Yeah.
Like you
Must be
turn,
going on like 35 years then.
yeah, because I remember I turned 12 in 6th grade, like in
Yeah.
the end of the year. So it's like that's my half.
Oh my
I can
God.
remember.
That's so wild.
I had to take my graduation year and like count it down, and then like this,
Uh-huh.
and then I still didn't trust the math. I'm like, that long.
I'm pretty sure she's not going to double check it. So, unless she's that type of person, but I don't know anyone who really is. So, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Did anyone take you up on writing a card to them?
No, I didn't check it right before, but it didn't look like it. I was like, come on.
I like was tempted to, but I was like, you are so good at writing cards to people because like I didn't want to add any more to your plate. That's how so I'm sure other people felt that way because that's like the most generous thing ever that you offered to do that. I just think that's so sweet.
Well, to spell like mail, and I like business wise too, like I want to focus on, like, that's why I did it. Like I love mail. I want to like re-up that enthusiasm. So I'm like, well, perfect. I'll like,
Yeah. That's so sweet. Well, I'll keep that in mind for next time. I thought I would just tell you the reason why because I read I was like that is the coolest thing, but I'm sure she's getting like bombarded with requests, but then I bet that's what happened, like that's how most people thought of it.
like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And then because I put it in the newsletter, and then I created a link like for anyone else who wanted it, like to draw them into the newsletter. But I'm like, well, try, like I still think it's good. Try again.
You could do a newsletter just for that, by the way, because I feel like maybe it was buried for some people. Like maybe if they didn't scroll all the way down, you should just send that as its own newsletter.
Yeah, maybe that'll be the next one,
Yeah.
or like for next month. Just
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I love mail. Like, and I also like bought more cards. And Trader Joe's ones because they're like $1, and
They're so cheap and they're
like,
great.
yeah, I always get the ones that are the thicker paper.
Yeah.
They like look nicer. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, my box of cards and the backup side container box is overflowing. So
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm
I
glad
love,
you can make it
like, oh,
today.
goodbye 7.
uh, it's so good to see you again in here. It's been a while. I know
I
it's
know,
been really hard.
nuts. I mean, not nuts, but just like, because our other nanny quit now, so now we have no childcare
Oh my God.
week. So we will figure it out. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is not the plan.
No, no. That's so frustrating. People don't realize how long it takes to line up childcare. Even like once you get it, it's like, okay, well, I've done so much work even just to get to this point. People don't understand.
Yeah.
Interviewing, scheduling. I mean, it's just so much.
I anticipated it could come because it was for personal reasons that she had to.
Mm.
I just didn't think it'd be like at 9 o'clock at night the day before and she's done, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, it was like coming, like she and her boyfriend broke up and she had to move home and all, but
Oh God.
I'm like, well, like my life was only minorly inconvenienced in comparison to hers. So I try to have that perspective.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but that's still like really frustrating and hard.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I decided it's to serve me so that something better can come into my life.
Yes.
To make
Yes. That's an awesome way to look at it. Well, I mean, I don't have, hey, we did it. We're at 11 already. This always goes by so fast, no matter how many people are here. Yeah, I shared everything I wanted to share today. How many cards did you get written?
I have 3 written, one that I put on hold because the kids owe a card back.
Oh,
Aunt who was trying, because we did a family reunion and I mentioned like, oh, like it'd be fun if like we did pen pals or something, like get them. And so she sent them a joke, like a card with a joke in it because they love telling jokes. I keep saying like, who got to write her back? And they're like,
yeah.
oh, like, so
uh,
another one of my fresh ink cards says, are tangerines really just oranges that didn't want it enough?
That's good.
That's kind of like a joke that then like maybe I write the joke in it for them and they
Yeah.
sign.
Or they could
Letting
just do a drawing too.
Yeah, like letting go that they have to do the whole thing. Like
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
start it because now it's like awkward that I didn't even respond. So,
I mean, another parent I think will absolutely understand. Like, I feel impressed by that person that they sent it. Like somewhere, it's just everyone is all over the place, you know. Like that's cool, and yeah, I'm sure they'll feel like sending a drawing or something, even just a little something.
like once I get it to them, and then I have another card on deck because another friend is celebrating 1,000 days of sobriety.
Wow.
I We didn't know, but we started our streaks on the same day. So
What?
yeah,
That's amazing.
I know. So I wanted to like tell her I'm so freaking proud of her, as it says.
That's
So I have to get that
good.
written.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, good
So,
on you.
no, I love that we got to sit and chat, and it gave me a purpose for the day. And now I can, I don't know, we'll go do something.
Good. I'm glad. I know it's like the summer schedule. You have to have like one thing at least to break up the day, right? Like just one thing, one outing, one activity. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on my. I'm like focusing 100% on, well, not 100, but as much as I can on wholesale, just the wholesale side of things. So I did that trade show, and now I need to follow up with people that I met and just get the contact list building and just keep doing outreach. So it's a new thing for me, but I feel like I've done all the work to like lay the foundation for it. Now I just have to do it. So that's
Yeah.
on my docket the rest of the day, especially because I just randomly decided to take like the last week off. I just like I hit a wall after the trade show. It was like a 2-day trade show for trying to get wholesale buyers, you know,
Yeah.
just to connect with them. And then I did get some orders, which was super exciting. And then a market the next day. It was like 3 days in a row. And I was like
That's
on this big
energy.
high. It was. Yeah, but it was like it was odd because usually those things drain me like crazy. But I think just the people that came up to my booth and like resonated with one of the empathy cards. Like people are just so willing to share their stories. Like I was like, I have the coolest freaking job. Like if I could pick any one thing to start a business around, like I'm so glad I picked cards because I like attract the nicest, most thoughtful people, you know?
Thoughtful enough to send a card.
Yeah.
It's for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason behind it. So
Yeah. And it's always good. It's always such a good intention. I mean, hello, we just got to hang out for an hour and like thinking of other people and writing cards to people that we love. Like, how cool is that, you know?
yeah.
So I was on this high, but then I totally crashed. Like, all of it caught up to me. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone or see anyone for a week. So, but anyway, but it's all good. So now I have like got to get back at it. But I'll be thinking of you. Fingers crossed on the childcare front.
Thank you. Like
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. We'll put the ad back up. Jared was at the pool yesterday, and it's like one of the lifeguards might actually be available.
Score.
I'm like, that's cool. We already know who she is.
Yeah.
Employable.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's up for this job. So
CPR, hopefully.
yeah, it's like, well, that it could be very easeful. Like
Yeah.
we love the last name. She was wonderful.
Yeah.
Maybe this will help us with the next
Totally.
level.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I'll let you go and we'll get back to it. Back to the things. But
Yeah.
it's
But
good to see you.
and to Audra, before she left.
Yeah, she put in the chat. She said it was so good to see you. Yeah, she had to get going. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I hope I see you at least next month, if not before.
Yeah, I'll put it in my calendar. We might be gone, but I'll double check. Or I'll just bring cards with me. Be like, it's mom.
Yeah. You're gonna sit your kids down and be like, look, it's your turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Write these cards.
Yeah. This is fun. Okay. This is super fun.
Exactly.
Alrighty. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.